You say you want to be great, but do you truly understand what that means? I wasn't born strong. I wasn't handed an easy path, but I refused to accept limitations. I refused to make excuses. And because of that, I became unstoppable. So I ask you, will you keep hiding behind excuses, or will you wake up and take control of your destiny? People look at me and say, Bruce, you were destined for greatness. But I ask them, where was this so-called destiny when I was poor, when I was mocked for my heritage, when I had nothing but my own two hands? I wasn't born into success. I didn't wake up one day strong, skilled, or respected. No one handed me anything. When I arrived in America, I had little more than a dream and the will to fight for it. I was a foreigner, struggling with language barriers and facing rejection at every turn. Hollywood told me I wasn't the right fit. Martial arts masters told me I was breaking tradition. The world tried to convince me that I had limits, but I do not believe in limits. I do not wait for permission to be great. If I had believed in luck, I would have stayed in the shadows, hoping for my chance. But I do not believe in luck. I believe in action. I believe in movement. I believe that the man who waits for fortune will die waiting. So I moved. I trained. I worked while others slept. I pushed my body, my mind, and my spirit beyond the breaking point. I didn't wait for the right moment. I made every moment count. When doors closed, I built my own. When opportunities were denied, I created my own path. There was no secret, no magic, just relentless training, ruthless self-discipline, and an unshakable belief that I would become the master of my own destiny. Most people dream of success, but refuse to take the hard steps. They want the reward, but they're afraid of the work. They blame circumstances, waiting for the perfect chance, the perfect day, the perfect conditions. But there is no perfect moment. There is only effort, persistence, and the courage to keep moving forward, even when the world says you can't. I did not wait. I acted. And that is why I became unstoppable. If you are waiting for luck to change your life, you will be waiting forever. You say you have no time. I say you have no discipline. I've heard it all before. Bruce, I want to train, but I just don't have the time. I want to improve, but I'm too busy. I want to chase my dreams, but my schedule won't allow it. And every time I shake my head, time is never the problem. The problem is people do not respect their time. They waste it on distractions, on comfort, on things that do not bring them closer to their goals. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year, until one day they wake up and realize they've wasted their entire life waiting. Let me tell you something. There is no right moment. There is only now. And if you do not control your time, it will control you. I did not have more time than anyone else. I had 24 hours, just like you. But what I did with those hours was different. While others slept in, I was up before the sun, training my body and sharpening my mind. While others were distracted by entertainment, I was reading, studying, improving my philosophy. While others made excuses, I made progress. People think discipline is a prison, a burden. They think it takes away their freedom. But this is a lie. Discipline does not limit you. It sets you free, free from laziness, free from regret, free from the pain of knowing you could have been more, but chose not to be. Every morning I wrote down my goals. Every day I tracked my progress. Every hour I made sure I was doing something that moved me forward. I did not leave success to chance. I designed it. I lived with intention. And when people told me they didn't have time, I asked them, what did you do today? How many hours did you spend working on your craft? How many hours did you spend improving yourself? Most had no answer. Because the truth is, it's not about having time. It's about making time. You will never find time. You must create it. You must take control of your schedule. Cut out what does not serve you. Stop wasting energy. Say no to distractions. Say no to laziness. Say no to anything that keeps you from your potential. Because in the end, it's simple. Either you use your time, or your time will use you. Either you control your life, or your life will control you. You say you have no time. I say you have no discipline, but discipline can be built. If you truly want success, if you truly want to be great, stop making excuses and start making time, because the clock is ticking, and the only question is, will you use it, or will you let it slip away? I was broken, but I did not break. At the peak of my training, when I was growing stronger every day, when my mind and body felt unstoppable, something happened, something that could have ended everything I had built. A devastating back injury, a pain so sharp, so deep, that even I, a man who trained through exhaustion, who pushed through limits, could not stand, could not move. The doctors told me, "Bruce, you may never fight again. You may never even kick again." They thought they were giving me the truth, but I refused to accept it, because I do not believe in limitations. I do not believe in surrendering to fate. I do not believe in letting pain define me. Make no mistake, I suffered. The pain was real. There were days I could barely move. I had spent my entire life training my body, and now it had betrayed me. I could have let that break me. I could have accepted my fate. Most men would have. But I am not most men. I made a decision. If my body could not move, my mind would. If I could not kick, I would learn to strike in new ways. If I could not train, I would study. I would sharpen my philosophy, deepen my understanding, and turn my time in pain into my greatest transformation. And so while the world thought I was done, I was rebuilding myself. I spent hours reading, writing, and refining my approach to combat and to life itself. I wrote what would become the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, a collection of my deepest thoughts, my philosophies, my strategies, something that would outlive me, something that would inspire warriors long after I was gone. I refused to let my injury be an excuse. I refused to be a victim. Instead, I used the time to grow, because I knew one thing: a strong body can be broken, but a strong mind cannot. And when I recovered, and I did recover, I was not the same man who had been injured. I was stronger, wiser, more precise in my movements, more disciplined in my mind. I had taken my suffering and turned it into fuel. This is the truth. Life will break you. It will test you. It will push you. It will hurt you. And when that moment comes, you will have two choices. Let it break you, or use it to rise. I was broken, but I did not break. And neither should you. Stand up, rebuild, come back stronger, because no pain is greater than the will to overcome it. Every morning I ask myself one simple question: am I better than I was yesterday? That is my only concern. Not being better than another person, not proving anything to the world, just improving myself. One day at a time, I train harder, not to outdo someone else, but to conquer my own limits. I study more, not to impress others, but to expand my own understanding. I discipline myself, not to show off, but to build a mind that cannot be shaken. Because I know this: if I am strong within, I am strong everywhere. If I master myself, the world cannot control me. The greatest warriors, the greatest thinkers, the greatest minds in history did not focus on beating others. They focused on beating who they were yesterday. So I ask you now, who is your real opponent? It is not the people around you. It is not the struggles you face. It is not the critics who doubt you. Your greatest opponent is you. Your laziness, your fears, your distractions, your comfort zone. This is your battle. And if you do not win against yourself, you will never win anywhere else. So stop looking outside for the fight. Look within. Defeat your doubts. Destroy your excuses. Push past your limits. Because once you master yourself, there is no opponent left to defeat. People say, "Bruce, you have mastered martial arts. You have mastered philosophy. You have mastered the way of life." But I do not see myself that way. Because the moment you think you have mastered something, you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing, you begin to decline. I have always believed that true mastery has no final stage. It is a journey that never ends. Even as I became stronger, even as I perfected my techniques, even as I gained worldwide recognition, I knew there was still more to learn. Some people want quick results. They want success in a year, in a few months, even in a few weeks. They believe that if they practice a little, they will become great. But true mastery requires a lifetime of dedication, a relentless pursuit of improvement. It is not about talent, not about natural ability, but about the discipline to refine, sharpen, and evolve every single day. When I trained, I never thought, I am good enough now. No, I asked myself, how can I be better? I would throw thousands of kicks, knowing that one small adjustment could make them faster, stronger, more precise. I would punch until my hands bled, understanding that every strike had to become an extension of my body. I studied philosophy, not just to gain knowledge, but to understand the deeper meaning behind movement, strategy, and the way of life itself. Because mastery is not just about doing, it is about understanding. I did not just memorize techniques. I studied why they worked, how they worked, and when they were most effective. I did not follow one style. I explored all styles, took what was useful, and discarded what was unnecessary. That is why I created Jeet Kune Do, a philosophy of adapting, learning, and evolving beyond limitations. Too many people think mastery is about knowing more, but in truth, it is often about removing what is unnecessary. I stripped away wasted movements. I simplified my approach. I focused on what worked, because in the end, mastery is not about doing more. It is about doing better. And the deeper I went, the more I realized there is no finish line. I once read a quote, "A true master is forever a student," and I live by that. I sought knowledge from everyone. I learned from different cultures, different fighting styles, different philosophies. I did not care about titles. I did not care about rank. I only cared about becoming better than I was yesterday. This is where most people fail. They reach a certain level and become comfortable. They think, I know enough. I have trained enough. I have learned enough. And so they stop growing. But the moment you stop growing, you begin to fall behind. This is why so few people become great. They are satisfied with good enough. But I tell you, good enough is the enemy of greatness. If you want to achieve true mastery in anything, whether it is martial arts, business, creativity, or life itself, you must commit to constant evolution. Never assume you have arrived. Never believe you are finished learning. Never let comfort keep you from improving. Because those who seek to master their craft must remain eternal students. I trained, I studied, I pushed myself, not to prove anything to the world, but because I knew there was always another level, another layer, another depth to reach, and I was willing to spend my entire life reaching for it. So I ask you, are you willing to do the same? Are you willing to commit, not for a week, not for a year, but for a lifetime? Because the path of mastery is not easy. It is not for those looking for shortcuts. It is not for those who fear struggle. It is for those who are relentless, those who are obsessed with growth, those who are never satisfied with who they were yesterday. If that is you, then understand this. Your journey has no end, but that is what makes it powerful. Because true mastery is not about reaching the top. True mastery is about never stopping the climb. Many believe that success, mastery, and greatness come from complexity. They think that to be strong, they must add more techniques, more strategies, more knowledge. But I have learned the opposite. Power does not come from adding more. It comes from stripping away what is unnecessary. This is why I built Jeet Kune Do. Not as a collection of complicated moves, but as a philosophy of simplicity. I studied every martial art, every style, and I saw one truth. What works is always simple. A punch does not need to be beautiful. It needs to be effective. A kick does not need to be flashy. It needs to be powerful. A block does not need to be elaborate. It needs to work. I removed wasted movements. I eliminated anything that did not serve a purpose. And in doing so, I discovered something powerful. The simpler something is, the more unstoppable it becomes. This is true not only in fighting, but in life. Look at the people who struggle the most. They are overwhelmed, distracted, chasing too many things at once. They fill their minds with unnecessary worries. They complicate their own path. But if you study the truly great ones, the warriors, the philosophers, the masters, you will see that they all understand the same principle. Simplicity is the highest form of mastery. A powerful fighter does not think about 10 different moves at once. He focuses on the one that matters in the moment. A great strategist does not create overly complex plans. He keeps them direct, adaptable, and precise. A successful person does not waste time on things that do not move them forward. So I leave you with this: strip away what is unnecessary. Focus on what truly matters. Commit to mastery, not for a moment, but for a lifetime, because those who master themselves can never be defeated. To achieve true power, you must simplify. I trained my punches until they were fast, direct, and effortless. I honed my kicks until they became instinctive, sharp, and efficient. I conditioned my mind to think clearly, free from unnecessary thoughts that could cloud my judgment. Simplicity in movement, simplicity in action, simplicity in thought. Too many people waste their energy on the wrong things. They chase perfection instead of effectiveness. They try to be everywhere, do everything, impress everyone, without realizing that true strength comes from focus. A lion doesn't chase multiple prey at once. It picks one, locks in, and pursues it with everything it has. That is how you must approach your goals. If you want to master something, remove distractions and focus deeply. If you want to succeed, stop overcomplicating things and take direct action. If you want to be strong, strip away weakness, hesitation, and doubt. I did not become powerful because I knew everything. I became powerful because I simplified everything I knew. I did not waste movement. I did not waste energy. I did not waste time. Now I ask you, where in your life are you making things more complicated than they need to be? Are you overthinking instead of doing? Are you hesitating because you are lost in too many choices? Are you weighed down by unnecessary baggage, distractions, fears, useless thoughts? If so, understand this. True power comes when you remove what is unnecessary. The greatest warriors are not the ones who know the most techniques. They are the ones who have mastered the few techniques that truly matter. The greatest thinkers are not the ones with the most ideas. They are the ones who can take the most complex idea and make it simple. The greatest people are not the ones who do the most things. They are the ones who do a few things with absolute precision and mastery. Do not let the world complicate you. Do not let your mind clutter itself with excess. Strip away the noise. Let go of the distractions. Find what truly matters and give it everything you have. Because when you simplify, you become faster, you become sharper, you become unstoppable. And that is true power. Your time is now. Too many people wait. They wait for the right moment, for confidence, for motivation to strike like lightning. But here is the truth. The right moment will never come. You will never wake up one day feeling magically ready. Success will not find you on the path of hesitation. Greatness will not come from hoping, wishing, or dreaming. You must act now. Do you know how many people take their dreams to the grave? How many spend their lives saying one day, I will, only for that day to never arrive? How many let fear, laziness, and distractions steal their potential? I refuse to live that way, and so should you. I did not wait for someone to tell me, Bruce, it's your time. I did not wait for an invitation to succeed. I did not wait for permission to become who I was meant to be. I made my time. When Hollywood told me I wasn't fit to be a lead actor, I didn't sit back and accept their words. I created my own path. When my body was broken and doctors said I might never fight again, I rebuilt myself stronger than before. When the world placed obstacles in my way, I did not stop. I found a way through. Now I ask you, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone to believe in you? Believe in yourself. Are you waiting for the perfect circumstances? Create them. Are you waiting for fear to disappear? Walk through it. Are you waiting to have all the skills? Start where you are and improve every day. Because whether you take action or not, time is moving. Every second you wait is a second lost forever. Do you want to look back on your life and see nothing but missed chances? Do you want to live with regret, knowing you had the potential but never had the courage to use it? Do you want to wake up one day and realize you wasted the only life you were given? Or will you choose differently? Will you stand up right now and say, enough, no more excuses, no more waiting, my time is now? Because I promise you this, the moment you stop waiting and start acting, everything changes. Your body gets stronger, your mind gets sharper, your confidence grows, your life transforms. But none of this happens until you make the decision, until you take the first step, until you stop thinking and start doing. You have one life, one chance to make something of yourself, one opportunity to leave behind a legacy. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep waiting, making excuses, living in hesitation? Or are you going to take control right now and become the person you were meant to be? The choice is yours. The time is now. Be water, my friend.